Alright, pproteus here, back for round number 2 with Hexproof. Sorry, I turned on the recording a little late. Basically, this opponent played Dimir Delver in the last challenge, so I assume they were on that. I mulled a 6-card hand that had 0 lands, and then I scribed a relic to the top because having a relic early against Dimir Delver can get you some free wins. Looks like we're not playing against Dimir Delver, but on the other hand, we're playing the mirror and we have a good hand, so I think we're favored at this point. Opponent could totally crush us if they have, if they have an Ancestral Mask, especially if ours doesn't happen in a timely manner. We could just not hit the land. But we're going to try to go over the top of this. Okay, now that puts the nail in the coffin. So we're definitely doing it. So if our opponent goes land mask is going to give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're going to attack for 12. And that is not going to be enough, because our mask is then going to give plus 10, which is just going to be lethal. So, I think we won the game. Hexproof, I think I said this before, and I'm going to emphasize it again, because I think it's what matters. Hexproof is not all that easy to play, but that's because your opponent's playing instants, you have to play around it. The Hexproof mirror, on the other hand, there are no instants on either side. It can get not so complicated. So opponent is coming in for the attack, and I like that play there. That was pretty good, I think. So I've got the mask. Mask is giving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus another point on the ethereal armor. So that's going to be not quite lethal. And now I've got to really think about this. Okay, so let me think. Let me just make sure let me just double check. So I'm going to play the mask. Mask is going to give 1, 2. No, wait. Mask is going to count the abundant growth. It says each enchantment on the battlefield, other enchantment on the battlefield. So it actually counts this, not just creature auras and not just my own things. So never mind. This is still going to give plus 10, and then plus 1 from the ethereal armor. That's going to be 16. Never mind. We just have lethal. I was thinking, oh, my opponent is doing such a good job of playing around Ancestral Mask, but actually this is exactly lethal. I just miscounted. And honestly, them jumping with their Spider Umber is probably not super effective in any case. So that was exciting. We also just killed on turn 3. That's also exciting. On to sideboards. How to sideboard in the mirror. Well, a card I'm afraid of is Standard Bearer. So I want to be kind of careful about that. On the other hand, I don't think my opponent has very many of them, if any, in their sideboard. Could do Electrickery, but I don't think Electrickery is actually very good in the matchup. I think it is likely to just not be functional, because you really have to Electrickery on turn 2 to get it to work, so I think this card's kind of lame. Cartouche, maybe, because like in a board stall, you can, where your opponent has a Standard Bearer, you can use Pilgrim to tutor it up. But in that kind of board stall, how are you going to win the game anyways? They're just going to kill you by putting their auras on their Standard Bearer. So I don't even think that's going to work either. I do want Natural State. This card is definitely made for this matchup. And I know they're going to have Natural State, so I could even have a Dispel to try to get them when they're doing that. Lifelink is another good one, where these matchups, as you just saw, are very racy, so being able to race better is very useful. And even Mutagenic in that sense could get him, because it is totally a blowout. Not really sure how I'm supposed to be sideboarding, but I'm pretty sure those 3 cards are supposed to come in. This matchup is probably just too fast for the Pilgrims. Cut 1 Pilgrim, cut 1 Spider Oh, these relics don't belong here. They're not good enough. Okay, last time I regretted cutting the Spider Umber. So let's just be simple. Cut 1 Pilgrim, cut the 2 relics. These 3 in. My opponent crushes me, then with the Standard Bearer, then that's their prerogative. Okay, so here's a hand. And this hand is what the theory was made for. So this hand does something. It is functional in the sense that it does things. It gets to attack for 4 on turn 2, but that's the only thing it wants to do. So again, the thing I'm looking for are lands, preferably exactly 3. I'm looking for a white source, which I don't have. Looking for a creature, got that. Looking for a payoff. These cards aren't the payoff. The payoffs are the buff for every enchantment. So I'm going to attack for 4, but this is going to get outclassed because my opponent is going to draw an Ethereal Armor or an Ancestral Mask, and it's just not going to be good enough. So I got a mulligan. This hand is not great, but I've got 3 of 4. I've got the lands, I've got the hexproof creatures, but I have a mask. And this mask makes a huge difference. So I'm going to keep this hand, especially because I don't need my own auras to turn on this mask. This can just be a payoff for my opponent playing their cards, which is awesome. Gonna put that on the bottom. I don't need that. I already got 2 creatures. 2 is plenty. My opponent kept a 4-card hand. So there are, by the way, they are very likely to just not have anything. Like, you can't have all the things that I would be looking for in a hand, in a 4-card hand. So they're going to have to get lucky and draw into something. So I'm going to have to keep that in mind when I'm making decisions. They don't have everything they need. If they keep a 7-card hand, you can be pretty sure your hexproof opponent kept everything they need. If they keep a 4-card hand, they're going to be missing something because they just need a lot of things. Interesting decision point here, whether or not I trade. I'm thinking about cards I have to play around. Like, my opponent could have Electricity. I guess I could get screwed by that. But that requires them to have Mana Source, Red Source, Electricity in their next, like, in their 2 cards plus the 2 on top. I think I want to trade. I don't see a huge punish. And I know I want to put my auras on the Sledgewalker. The only punish is, like, Electricity, but that's going to be really hard to have that happen. Nothing. I guess I attack here. Opponent can have Natural State. That's another one I have to remember. So we're very lucky to have the Ledgewalker. Opponent hit another land. So they could have Ancestral Mask. They're missing white cards. And they have I guess they don't have an Ancestral Mask of their own. So the reason I played Mask there and not Abundant Growth, not so much because of it's mainly to use my mana efficiently. Like, if I'm going to draw a land, then I can go and Abundant Growth plus a 3-drop in a single turn. And so I would like to be able to hedge towards that. I'm going to play my Mask here. This should probably bait out Natural State if they have it. Opponent didn't cast it there, so I don't think they have it. That land was probably a top deck. I think their hand is just, like, white cards. If they have anything. Maybe they got a Fog. I could see them. They said they were playing my list in the chat, but I was playing some weirdo sideboard cards, so I could totally see if they changed that a little bit, and we hit. So opponent could definitely have some kind of interaction. Could have a Moment's Peace or something, but guess not. Hexproof Mirror, totally won by the more skilled player. I'm 2-0. See you in round number 3.